Ooh. What's up, Internet? My name's David Webb.
I'm Arielle Edwards.
We get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
Yeah. That is right. Welcome back to a Monday edition of the Nightly Morning Show here at twitch.tv/nerdynightly. If you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it on the podcast feed, you are more than welcome to join us live on Twitch Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we record the show, hop in our chat, we'll talk with you, we'll talk at you. I think it's a good time.
Yeah?
Wow, ringing endorsement of our show from my co-host, Clarus Strakarus.
What do you mean it's time?
I said it's a good time.
I thought you turned to me and you're like, is it time? And I was like...
No, I said, I think it's a good time. And you went, yeah.
That is not
Which was a ringing endorsement of the show that we do every day.
That is not what I heard at all. I thought you were asking me, is it time? And I was like, time for what? I'm so lost.
Welcome to the final Nightly Morning Show, everyone. This has been a good run. 46 episodes. We did it.
Stop it. We're not going anywhere. He's lying.
Because we can't. We're in lockdown.
That's true.
But we're not in quarantine anymore.
Yay, we can finally
Cheers.
leave the apartment. Cheers to that.
2 weeks of hard quarantine where we weren't allowed to go outside is over. We are not allowed to go outside. We just can't go anywhere else because nothing is open.
Yeah, we can go get our groceries in person now.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly was really nice yesterday.
Yeah, we went to the grocery store and it was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were really good. We were really good about the quarantine.
Oh, yeah. We did not... Yeah. Like, we left to take out the garbage, and that's it. Like, just at the side of the house.
I moved the car from one side of the street to the other side of the street per local city ordinances one time.
That's true.
Yeah, and that was the extent of the sunshine we saw.
Yeah.
Although, it's actually been really muggy lately. We haven't seen a lot of sunshine lately.
No, it's been, like, cloudy and foggy, which, like, honestly, like, that's pretty typical for Toronto. Like, for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be gray a lot outside.
We're going to be taking our vitamin D pills.
Yeah. You got a big bottle of those.
You ready to talk about some news?
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have some gosh darn Targaryens.
Yes.
I mean, we had Targaryens. We had 2 Targaryens. But now we have many Targaryens.
Yeah, now we have more.
That's right. According to
Before
basically everywhere, because it's an official announcement, we have the official announcement of who some of the Targaryens in the... Nope, I don't have it.
What?
I don't have it in the right spot.
You didn't take a picture of you? Oh my god.
Oops, I messed up.
You messed up.
Matt Smith is going to be playing a Targaryen.
Yep. Yeah, so the, is it Fire and Blood? That's what it's called, right?
I think it's called Fire and Blood, yeah. Unless, I mean, who knows? They might change it by the time.
So it's the new Game of Thrones show, but it is a prequel. It's set, way before...
No, it's not. It's called House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, Fire and Blood is the other,
is the
book
that he wrote, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, we have Matt Smith, Olivia Cook, and relative newcomer Emma D'Arcy. Emma D'Arcy does not have as many credits as the other two, but she's in that new Truth Seeker show that I'm very excited to see. Mm-hmm. The ghost hunting one that looks like a comedic take on Phasmophobia. Starring Nick Frost and, oh my gosh, from Nick Frost and from Star Trek. And Simon Pegg. Jesus.
Oh, I was...
they both star in that Truth Seeker show with Emma D'Arcy. They will be playing a variety of characters. Emma D'Arcy will be playing Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, who's described as the king's firstborn child. She is of pure Valyrian blood. Incest. Don't we love it? Olivia Cook, you might know her from the excellent television show Bates Motel, or also from the Ready Player One movie. Which she's the female star of. Mm-hmm. She's going to be playing Alicent Hightower, who is described as the daughter of Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King.
Oh, gotcha.
And she's the most comely woman in the Seven Kingdoms. Cool.
Okay.
So I guess she's the new, who is Natalie Dormer playing? Why can't I remember anyone's name? Marjorie Tyrell. I guess she's the new Marjorie.
Okay.
And Matt Smith will be playing Prince Daemon Targaryen, the younger brother to King Viserys and heir to the throne, a peerless warrior and a dragon rider. Daemon possesses the true blood of the dragon, but it is said that whenever a Targaryen is born, the gods toss a coin in the air.
Yep.
And I toss a coin to my Witcher. Are you excited? Look, we love Game of Thrones. We have a game. We spent a lot of money on a Game of Thrones chair.
Yeah.
We are fans of the series, but you did not love the way that it ended.
No, season 8 was trash, and I don't mind saying that publicly because I've said it 100 times before, and it's
your brand. Your brand is hating on season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Because it's terrible.
I enjoyed it.
You're wrong. I'm sorry. It's lazy.
I'm the one person who enjoyed it.
It's lazy. It's a lazy dumpster fire, is what it is. Okay. Like, they took all this hard work that they did, and they're like, screw it. We want to go do Star Wars instead. And then they didn't get to do Star Wars, so that's karma.
So, do you trust HBO with Game of Thrones content?
It's different writers, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so then yes.
But it's still the same production house.
No, but HBO didn't want it to end at season 8. The writers are the people who rushed it to get out of there. Yeah, the showrunners.
Well, no, they said from the very beginning they said it was going to be 72 episodes. From season 1, they said it's going to be 72 episodes.
Well,
because they thought that they were going to have by the time they got to episode 72, they were going to have a blueprint for what to do from George, and they were left to figure it out.
Wait, but honestly, you know George R.R. Martin puts a book out every 72 years? So you need to know that that the likelihood of you having to push this forward by yourself is fairly high.
To be fair, book 6 was supposed to come out relatively early on.
Yeah, but
book 7 was supposed to come out by the time they got to season 7.
Yeah, but he is notorious for not meeting those deadlines.
Oh, sure. I'm not saying that they should have expected him to, but I'm saying if someone says, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and you're like, "All right, well, our plan relies on you doing that," and then the other person falters, I don't think it's totally fair to be like, "Well, you guys should have just known that he was lying to you."
No, I just think you should have been prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the show that you're doing, and you understand what it is. I think that with a show this scale that makes this much money, you should have a plan B.
I shouldn't have
plan
brought up Game of
C,
Thrones.
plan D.
I should have never said the words.
No, you have to.
I should have just skipped right to House of the Dragon.
No.
I did not intend for this to become us hating on.
Here's the thing, if we went through the 8th season, I could tell you just why it's bad. I could go through it and just...
Why you don't like it.
No, why it's actually,
why
bad.
Why you don't... No, why you don't like it. You can't say anything is just bad.
Yeah, I can.
No, it's subjective. It is a subjective medium. Entertainment is subjective. You don't like it. It's not bad. It's very important that distinction exists.
Okay.
We don't have good and bad art. We have things that you like, and we have things that you don't like.
Not true. There is bad art.
Yeah, but it means something to somebody.
Probably the person who made it.
You are obstinate. Rebel Trooper says he publishes a new book every time the Halley Comet passes the Earth. Which I believe is every 75 years. Dark Dispatch, once they didn't have original source material, the quality suffered. I don't know, I liked Season 7 a lot.
I thought Season 7 was actually great.
Yeah.
A lot of people are a little bit iffy, but
the one moment in Season 7 that really stood out to me, though, was the moment where Dany and Jon were going at it, and they just cut to Tyrion awkwardly standing in the hallway.
Yeah. And you're like...
And I was like, is he jealous?
Does he enjoy that? We were very confused.
Yeah, I was really confused by just the cut to his face where he was like...
Yeah. You're like, what?
Just shivering in the hallway. It was really odd.
Yeah, thank you, Scanny.
Alright, so okay, I get it. People don't like Season 8.
Season 7 was good, though.
Let's move past that. Are you excited to see a show about Targaryens?
Yeah, 100%.
With lots of dragons. I'm
100%.
assuming there will be many, many dragons.
Well, the reason we got into Game of Thrones is because you're asking if, I think that if I trust them to do this. And I do, honestly. I think they've got a good team of people together. I think that they won't have the, initial restrictions of trying to, like, this is the book and the story that we're trying to recreate, and then that kind of falls apart because they don't have the material, and, you know, they won't have that, like, bumpy road. They've kind of, like, they're going into this more with a plan, it seems like. And I am very hopeful.
Do you... I feel... I have a really interesting, like, feeling about this show that I am trying to put into words right now, but it's... The idea of Game of Thrones, to me, has always been the multiple storylines from different kingdoms, and the, like, cutting from... And I know that this is why you struggled with the books, was the cutting from point of view to point of view to point of view.
Yeah.
But that is very inherent to this franchise to me, and I wonder what it's going to be like to watch something within this world that doesn't have that is more of a focused story on a particular set of characters. Like, I wonder what Game of Thrones would have been like if we had only followed Cersei.
Well, here's the thing. I think that makes it a lot more digestible for people. Because I actually know people, they tried Game of Thrones and were like, I can't.
There's too many people.
I can't do it. And I get that. I totally understand that. Like, you know. So I think that this is going to be, in a sense, a more, like, accessible version. Like,
that's fair, yeah.
Like, for a wider variety of people.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I think, I honestly feel like, and I'm the one who's like, let's move on from Game of Thrones, but I'm going to bring it up again. I feel like Game of Thrones couldn't have satisfied everyone, because I don't think that a television show that has that many different arcs playing out at the same time can wrap them all up in a satisfactory way. And I think that the big struggle of season 8, and I totally get, and the reason why I was able to enjoy it was, like, as a person who, you know, maybe says he's a writer but more wants to be a writer, I totally see the difficulty of how are we going to end all of these things at the same time. And I felt for them, because I was like, you have, like, 4 major big bads that all have to be dealt with somehow, and there's not really a good way to do it. I feel like this show doesn't necessarily have that kind of roadblock, and they're going to be able to build out a more focused story, which will be very interesting. And obviously dragons, and probably... well, actually, here's a question. The last couple seasons of Game of Thrones really shied away from the nudity. Like, there was not as much nudity in season 6, 7, and 8 as earlier seasons.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of that was Emilia Clarke, and, like, you know, the female members of that cast really pushed back against it. Yeah. Do you think we're going to see this series bring more of that back?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know what vibe they're gonna go for. Because, like, part of the reason, like, Game of Thrones was so shocking in its, like, sexuality and in its, like, nobody is safe attitude. And, yeah, both of those things kind of really changed near the end. You know? But
that wasn't because of the show. That was real-world pressures. Like, the kind of the weird thing about... And I supported it. Like, I don't have a problem with it. It was just the weird thing about the show was that it became significantly less... it became significantly less sexual towards the end of the show. Yeah. And it was... I knew that was because of, like, real-world things that were happening on set and stuff like that, which made it, like, weird to think about, because I don't, you know... Yeah. There's an element of these things that you kind of want to keep distant from that. Yeah. But I do wonder, as an HBO show, I wonder if that will come back for this show. Because it is kind of about this incredibly powerful family at the height of their power. Yeah. Running everything. And some of them are insane, crazy people. So I do wonder how they're going to handle that in light of how they ended up handling things on Game of Thrones.
I don't know, actually. That's a really good question. Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it. Are you excited for Matt Smith to be back on TV each week?
Oh, God, yeah. Matt Smith is great. Like, he, in my opinion, dealt with some, like, subpar writing in Doctor Who. But, like, he himself, I thought was, like, really good and solid. And, I actually watched the first episode of The Crown because he was in it. Mm-hmm. And so, I thought that he was good.
He's so talented.
Yeah, he's like just like he's a gem. He's a gem. I'm very excited to see him. I just want to point out that for Marietta in the chat is saying that HBO kind of screwed it by only having 8 seasons for Game of Thrones, and HBO did actually want the show to be longer. But the cast did not. Yeah, which, like, you know, that's fair. But HBO themselves did want it to go on. And I want to be clear that with Season 8 of Game of Thrones, I am not unhappy with the choices that were made in terms of wrapping up, like, how the character stories wrapped up. I am upset that it felt so rushed.
I'm never bringing up Game of Thrones on this show again.
You can't, like, this is what happens.
We're never talking about this show
You have
ever
no one
again
to blame
publicly.
but yourself.
I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, Meridoc says it could have been 13 seasons, but, like, realistically,
too much.
you honestly, you wouldn't have been able to pull it off. The actors aren't going to stick around. There were actors already on that show who were begging to be, like, written off the show.
Oh, really?
Some of the older actors who are just kind of like, I can't spend so much time freezing in Northern Ireland. You know what I mean? Like, there were people who were literally like, look.
I understand that.
I don't have... Because they filmed the Battle of the Bastards scene. They filmed that over, I think it was like 55 nights.
Yeah. And
there are just people in that cast who are like, hey, I'm 65.
Yeah.
I can't... I like this. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no.
Which also, that is a season 7 episode. That is one of the better episodes of the show.
That one's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sequence is unbelievable. When the one shot of Jon being swallowed by all the bodies is truly, like, that is majestic cinema.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I really liked season 7.
Yeah. And honestly, the truth is, I could watch season 1 over and over and over. Like, season 1 of that show is a perfect season of television. Mostly because Sean Bean... I just want to drink with him so bad. Like, he's like top... Whenever people are like, who would you want at a dinner party?
Yeah.
Like, who would you want to, like, sit down? I'm like, I want Boromir, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. Yeah. I want those 4. If I can have 5, Frodo, and I just want to sit around a table with the actors who played them and just get hammered.
Really? I would pick Sean Astin over Elijah Wood.
Yeah, no, that's a good call.
Sorry, Elijah. I just...
Oh, Sean Astin.
Everyone needs a Sam.
You haven't seen his season of Stranger Things yet.
No, I haven't.
He's so good.
I haven't.
Oh man, I love him so much. Should we move on to some other news though?
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say I love Olivia Cook, and I'm very excited for her because
yes.
I felt like madly in love with her when I was watching Bates Motel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've talked about it that you're very excited.
I am very excited. I adore her. She's just so talented and, like, so sweet, and she's just, like, really, like, she's someone who, like, you watch on screen and you're just always, like, really invested in whatever she cares about.
Yeah.
Because that, like, whatever that thing is. And so getting to see her in a project like this is really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I honestly felt like Ready Player One didn't, like, give her as much room to star as I had hoped. And, you know, she was great in the movie, but they didn't, like, give her as much, like, room to play around as I would have liked.
Right.
And so she didn't get to show as much range as I know she's capable of, because on Bates Motel, she's, like, she's so good. That show is so cool.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, her and Vera Farmiga, brilliant performances by a bunch of brilliant actresses. Y'all, I brought up The Witcher earlier. I made a joke about tossing a coin to our Witcher. Witcher Season 2 is chugging along ever since they had to shut down for the COVID positive test that they had on set. They have been back at it, better, stronger, bigger than ever. The bigger is mostly in reference to Henry Cavill's biceps, which seem to grow by the day. But Henry Cavill is not on set at the moment, as he's having to take a brief hiatus after suffering a leg muscle injury. But they are saying that because of the upcoming holiday break, the hiatus is not going to affect the end of their filming.
Yeah.
And they are going to end on time for their new post-COVID date.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Henry Cavill is home resting up, and we would like to wish him a happy, healthy, and quick recovery. And Henry, just be very careful about how much time you spend gaming. it's not, sitting in a gaming chair is not the most conducive to leg health.
Yeah.
Your blood flow to your legs isn't perfect in that position.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're going to your couch and playing some console games. Switch it up.
Yeah.
Do your exercises. And don't spend so much time in WoW that you forget to do whatever exercises your doctors have recommended you.
Called out. We love him so much.
We love him so much.
I love that he's just like such a nerd. Like watching him like build his PC, I was like,
yeah.
You're just perfect. Like,
yeah, that blue tank top.
Oh, he's a delight.
I want to buy a blue tank top and recreate that video. The problem is it would cost me thousands of dollars.
Yeah. When
When I build a PC, though, I am going to perfectly recreate that video when I build it.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm very excited for it, actually. Yeah, it's wild to me. Like, we always think about these movies and shows, and I'm always struck by, like, oh, yeah, what these actors are doing is, like, really dangerous.
Yeah. Well, especially something as action-packed as The Witcher is.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And that injury could have been sustained doing literally anything.
Yeah.
It could have been, like, a fatigue injury where it just was, like, doing the same thing over and over, or it could have been, like, I tripped and fell on a rock because we're filming in all these like locations. You know what I mean? Like
it is funny when because I've worked on some like stuff that has stunts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is funny that the worst injuries usually come from like walking. Like
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like the day after a stunt, and because you don't have a stunt that next day, you don't warm up properly, and you like pull a leg.
Yeah. Yeah. You just roll your ankle because you're like, oh, there's a stick there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Henry Cavill is no stranger to keeping his body in tip-top shape.
Yeah, he's going to be just fine, and we hope that he recovers quickly.
He also has access to probably the greatest physiotherapists in the world.
Oh, I'm sure. Get me in on that, please.
Please, like, seriously, for my shoulders. Y'all, Thor Love and Thunder. Very exciting movie coming out in a bit. We're actually going to be talking about Marvel release dates next. But the Love and Thunder is bringing back my favorite lady, Lady Sif. One of the original stars of the Thor movie. Mm-hmm. Jaime Alexander was not able to make as many appearances in the Thor Ragnarok movie because of her show Blind Spot, which is truly... what am I trying to say? It is a show that is good because she is so good.
Okay.
Like, Jaime Alexander, it's a show that wouldn't have been good because it's a tough premise. Your lead actress doesn't remember anything and has tattoos that, like, are her memories and stuff. But it does work because Jaime Alexander is so charismatic that she, like, literally, like, throws the show on her back and starts sprinting.
Gotcha.
And so it ended up being like, I've only seen the first season, but it was a really great watch, and I actually really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But like, I acknowledge that it was mostly because Jaime Alexander is incredible. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited to see her Lady Sif going toe to toe with Natalie Portman as Lady Thor.
Yeah.
Like, I just want an action sequence where they're like back to back against an army, like just taking people down.
Yeah.
Because it's all I want.
That's what I need in my life.
Although I think that Jaime Alexander is like a foot taller than Natalie Portman, so I think that would also be kind of funny.
Wait, really?
She's a tall woman. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and Natalie Portman's not that tall.
No, I think her and I are very similar.
Yeah, but no, Jaime Alexander is like, she puts on armor and you're like, oh yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't take her. I'd be like, yep, you win.
You wouldn't take anyone.
Oh, please. I can be feisty. There are people
you can't.
Yes, I can. I'm scrappy.
It's not true at all.
Oh, please.
Catherine Newton, in other Marvel news, Instagram posted on Instagram some of the announcements from the Marvel in part of the Disney Investor Day. Mm-hmm. And she posted a photo from the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, the name of the third Ant-Man movie, which my brain is like, WrestleMania, like...
No. Absolutely not.
I hope they make that joke in the movie, though. I hope that, like, the reason it's called Quantumania is because at some point in the movie, like, Scott Lang is like, it's like WrestleMania, and Hank Pym is like, No, it's not. Scott, shut up. But Catherine Newton
Scott, shut up.
She posted on Instagram, last night, the caption on her thing was, "Last night I dreamed of being a superhero. #stature." For those of you who don't know, Catherine Newton plays Cassie Lang, Scott Lang's daughter in the show, or in the movie series. And in the comics, she becomes a superhero. And it became kind of a question the last couple of years after she was aged up for the 5-year time gap in Avengers Endgame, which superhero name she was going to eventually go by. In the comics, she does go by Giant Girl, Ant Girl, Stinger, which is the one that I was gunning for because I like Stinger, or Stature. And it seems by a hashtag in an Instagram post, we now know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what else that could mean. So I'm gonna say that that's probably it.
Yeah, Stature's a fun take on the Ant-Man mythos because she can grow sort of into. She doesn't have the same. She actually has the ability to grow and shrink.
Oh,
it's not from her technology. I don't know if they're going to keep that for the cinematic universe, but there are definitely parts of the comics where she can just kind of naturally grow and shrink, and she can grow to be about 40 feet tall. And she can hold that for a while. Jesus. And it seems that in the comics, the older she gets, the bigger and smaller she can grow and shrink. So when she's like teenager, she can grow to like 15 feet, and then as she ages, she keeps... So I wonder how they're going to play with her abilities in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Cool.
And we both love Ant-Man, so I'm very excited for this.
I love, like, Ant-Man is probably, like, my favorite Marvel movie. I love it.
Yeah. That's some Marvel news. So let's get into some Marvel dates.
Yeah.
Marvel has put out their release date calendar for the next few years. Notably, Spider-Man is not on here. It is a joint production with Sony.
Right, okay.
So we're not going to talk about that. But there are some interesting things here. 2021, the dates are not changing from this probably. Black Widow will be May 7th, 2021. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will be June 9th. I'm so excited for that movie.
I know. I'm
so excited for Shang-Chi. I love Awkwafina so much. And I'm so excited for Simu Liu. Everything about that movie. Also, Razor Fist. If you guys don't know who Razor Fist is, he's a Marvel villain who's kind of silly. Going to be in the film. Very excited about that. And The Eternals is going to be November 5th, 2021, where we will finally see that ripped bod that Kumail Nanjiani was showing off in cinemas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, very excited for that. Angelina Jolie coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Wait, in what movie?
Eternals.
Oh,
she's going to be playing Cersei.
Right.
Yeah.
I did know that somewhere in my brain.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that movie. It's going to be something.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has taken a bunch of big swings. This feels like the first really, really, really big risk. Somehow.
Yeah.
Because it takes place over thousands of years.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Like, that is a tough concept to put into film.
Yeah, it is. But I'm excited for it. Then 2022 starts March 25th, early in the year. We get
Strange!
Doctor Strange 2. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I love that. I love that in the title. Doctor Strange in the Marvel Multiverse of Madness. It sounds like a 60s cartoon serial, and I'm very into it.
Serial. Oh my god.
Thor: Love and Thunder will be May 6th, 2022. Black Panther 2 will be July 8th, 2022. The new date they've moved to now that they are moving forward without, unfortunately, the star Chadwick Boseman. And then the next movie would be Blade, which is so fascinating to me. We are going to be getting Blade before Captain Marvel 2. So at some point between July 8th, they don't have an official date for it, but between July 8th and November 11th of 2022, we are going to be getting the Blade movie starring the remarkable, unbelievably good actor Mahershala Ali as Blade. And I don't know how I feel about this movie yet, and I won't know until they announce the rating. Because I think that if you make a PG-13 Blade movie, I'm going to feel real weird about it until I see it.
Why is that?
It's about vampires, and it's an R-rated franchise. Like, Blade is part of the more adult side of Marvel.
Yeah.
And a PG-13 vampire movie...
is Twilight.
He's Twilight. If they somehow convince Robert Pattinson to be the villain of the Blade movie, I would love it so. Or like Peter Facinelli, or like just get someone from that Twilight family to be a villain in this movie.
Who was the guy who played Alec?
Oh, I don't remember. Peter Facinelli was the dad.
Yeah. He's in. Oh God, he's in the good. Not the Good Place. He's in Good Omens with David Tennant.
Sheen. Not Martin Sheen. Michael Sheen?
Fuck, I don't remember. And
I can't remember. Michael Sheen. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
if he was the villain, he would be a great villain.
Could you imagine?
He would be a great villain for Blade. Oh my God. That wouldn't even be a Twilight joke. That would just be excellent casting. There's a laugh that Michael Sheen does in the last Twilight movie.
Yeah.
It is such a like. Thank you for subscribing, Liza Bear. Welcome to the Nerd Table, my friend. 5 months. Holy crap. There's this one laugh, and it haunts me. Like, I saw that movie. I don't even know, 10 years ago now. When it was Twilight. But that laugh that Michael Sheen does in that movie haunts me to this day. It's so weird.
It's so good, but awful. You know.
He's so good in those movies. Look, I get that like people don't like Twilight, and I'm not a fan of Twilight, certainly. There's a lot of bad things in those movies, but there are some things in those movies that are actually like really solid.
Yeah, and he is one of them.
And Michael Sheen is Also, Alice was her. What's that actress name?
I'm not sure what the actress's name is, but Alice is very good. She's
so good. Mm-hmm. She really she crushed that role.
Yeah, she was very good.
I can't remember. I'm so tired today. I can't remember anyone's names. Who's the girl from Up in the Air from Pitch Perfect?
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, who's in the she's like the normal friend from high school who's just kind of like, Bella, what are you doing?
Oh God.
We're doing great today. We're a 10 out of 10
guys,
today.
Yeah.
She's like one of the most famous people on the planet. She took a ticket to the long way around. One with the prettiest of views.
It's not Anna Kendrick.
Yes, Anna Kendrick.
She's
Great.
not in the movie.
Yeah, she's
not in Twilight?
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
She is. She goes to high school.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
No, she's
Anna Kendrick is in the high school as like the friend. It was like one of her first things.
No, I do not believe this.
Yeah, is 100% in Twilight.
No, that is impossible. What?
Yeah, she's the normal friend in high school. She's at the wedding? No, I'm 100% not making this up. Anna Kendrick, it was one of her first things.
How did I not know this?
Oh yeah, Anna Kendrick is in Twilight. And she's great. Cause she's the girl who's wait, Bella, what are you doing?
What the heck? I feel like the floor has just fallen out from under me.
I love that we were let's talk about Blade. And we went from talking about Blade to Anna Kendrick is in Twilight so quickly. We have a gift.
We do have a gift.
Yeah, SayXD in the chat says she's the only person to call Bella out on her bullcrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. And I appreciate her for it. She's like the normal person who's like, what is happening?
No,
This is all messed up.
Here's the thing, I remember the character. The fact it was Anna Kendrick was not anyway.
She was the character I related to most in Twilight.
Fair enough, yeah.
The normal person who's just kind of watching from the sidelines being like, all right, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is weird? All right, this is weird. I'm going to go do my own thing. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who have, hero fantasies where they're like, if I was in this story, I would have been on the front lines with them. And I'm like, if I was in this story, I would not have been there.
No.
I would have been somewhere else.
Yeah. No thank you. Bye. Yeah.
But Tom Sim says the straight man is one of my favorite roles to see played. It does not get used enough. You're right, Tom Sim. It's a good straight man is hard to come by. And Jason Bateman does such a good straight man in things.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, like like in like comedy pairings, there's like the straight man who is the like.
Oh, I thought you were literally talking about like sexuality.
A heterosexual
man.
man.
Was like,
no. It's
straight men are everywhere.
no,
literally everywhere.
A straight man is like you saw the movie Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy.
I didn't see. I saw parts of it. I think.
The pairing is like Sandra Bullock is the straight man and Melissa McCarthy is the ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Comic character,
gotcha.
who the straight man. The comedy is in how the straight man is reacting to the ridiculousness.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I was very confused as to what we were talking about.
Sorry, Richard Simmons, right? It's The Heat, which is very different from Heat, which is a crime thriller that is perfect. Actually, that movie turned 25 this year.
Oh, wow.
I think this week actually, and it's a lot of people say it is the best crime movie ever made. It's Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, I think.
Oh, wow.
Al Pacino and I think it's Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
So very different.
Why is my brain not working today? It's so good. There's a scene in a diner. Oh God, it's such a good movie. You're David Straightman sometimes. You know what, Dark Dispatch? That is the best way to put it.
Yeah. All right. Now I understand.
You are the straight man in our dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah. You are absolutely ridiculous, and I'm like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right, Blade.
Right. This thing that's happening. We got sidetracked into Twilight.
After Blade, the 2022 will end with Captain Marvel 2 on November 11th. There's no December Marvel movie because that's when Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie is coming out. Hopefully, I can't wait.
Right. Yes.
Then 2023. Actually, if Taika Waititi puts out a Star Wars movie that year, no, that movie's gonna get delayed.
You think so?
That Star Wars movie, yeah, because he has Love and Thunder coming out in May. There's no way the turnaround between Love and Thunder and Star Wars is gonna be 6 months. For Taika, like, that would be insane.
Yeah.
Liza Bear's asking who's playing Blade. It's going to be Mahershala Ali, Liza. I said that earlier, but yeah, it's Mahershala Ali. Oh, if you have not watched the first few episodes of Luke Cage for season 1, go watch it. He's unbelievable as Cottonmouth. He's also Moonlight. I mean, like, I would say Green Book, but he's great in it. But
right.
The movie's a little weird. But Mahershala Ali is also perfection.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good. Like,
yeah.
he's gonna crush Blade. Oh God, he's gonna freaking crush it.
Yeah.
2023, we have 3 movies on the docket right now. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp for early 2023. Mm-hmm. Then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 confirmed for 2023.
Cool.
None of the 23 movies have exact dates yet. And the third movie for 2023, the one that people are probably most excited for, is The Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by John Watts, who obviously is most known for directing the movie about the stolen car and the cop with Kevin Bacon. He's done nothing else since.
Gotcha.
No big movies under John Watts' belt at all.
You're lying.
Yeah, he's directed the Spider-Man movies.
I was like, wait a second. I'm bad with names.
He directed Homecoming, Far From Home, and is currently directing the 3rd Spider-Man film.
Yay!
So John Watts is very popular with Marvel.
Yeah.
They like him quite a bit, and for good reason. Honestly, those Spider-Man movies,
solid.
Both consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember, I saw the first Spider-Man movie in theaters, because other people had convinced me to go, and I was like, well, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very good. And then, going to see the second movie, I was like, you know what, it's fine. It's probably not going to be, as good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times number 2 is kind of okay, all right. And I was like, this is amazing. I loved it. I think he, puts out a solid product. I'm very excited for Spider-Man. I'm very excited for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I know there are definitely people who feel like the Spider-Man movies live too much in the shadow of Iron Man. But I really love the relationship between the MCU Tony Stark and the MCU Spider-Man. I also feel like it differentiated it from the first 2 Spider-Men. Yeah. In a way, I felt like Andrew Garfield struggled because he didn't really have a thing that put his Spider-Man that different from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah, for sure.
And that franchise sort of felt like a slightly alternate Spider-Man, whereas the MCU Spider-Man feels like he really lives in a different world and has his own character.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
His relationship with Iron Man was really beautiful, and the way that they handled him missing Tony Stark in Far From Home, I thought was actually a really beautiful story.
Me too.
And you know, the scenes where he's literally in the shadow of the graffiti of Iron Man or the videos of Iron Man were very moving to me.
Me too.
And him taking up the mantle in the scene in the jet with Happy was just such a joyous moment that I love Far From Home. Mm-hmm. It's actually one of my favorite MCU movies. Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio was one of my favorite villains.
Fantastic. Like, so good.
Yeah, I really loved Far From Home a lot.
Me too. I think it's a stellar movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, shit.
Cheers.
Those are the dates. Those are the movies. They're coming. We're going to be talking about them. You know we're going to be talking about them. Because we do 40 minutes every day on the internet now. And, like, we need things to talk about. So, Marvel, keep announcing things.
Yeah.
Give us more things to talk about.
Give us more.
We're going to be talking on the internet all week. You can check out this show live on twitch.tv/nerdynightly, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Come check us out there. Come say hi. Be in the chat. It's a good time. You're streaming today, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna take up Cyberpunk.
What?
Today. Yeah.
Clarus is playing a first-person shooter?
I mean, yeah. But it's like an RPG.
No, it's 100% RPG.
Like, yeah, it's fine.
10,000% an RPG.
Yeah, it's fine. I just need to, like, not get flustered. You know. It'll be fun.
I don't recommend turning the difficulty too high up.
Great.
No, like, seriously, it's hard.
Okay.
The game is hard.
Mm.
I'm considering actually going down a difficulty so I can focus on the story, and then I'll do a harder playthrough later.
That's fair.
Because right now, I've been in a couple of fights where I'm like, I am so frustrated.
Yeah, for sure. So you can catch me later today, Clarus Dracaris, twitch.tv/Clarus Dracaris.
Clarus!
And I think I'm going to be going live about 3 p.m. Eastern.
Dope.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
And y'all, we are going to be posting Clarus's Subnautica review in about an hour. So head over to our YouTube channel and check out Clarus's full review of the game Subnautica. Yeah. Which I think you did a really good job on. I was really proud of you. It is a good review. And I will be coming back to the world of streaming, aside from the morning show, Wednesday night for my Diablo 2 playthrough. I'm streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday this week. So
a little bit different.
Come check that out. We're going to be playing some Cyberpunk, some Fall Guys Season 3 on Friday night. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be back with Star Wars Sunday, which we all missed last night for the Twitch Sing stream. So
hey, I brought in some Star Wars, you know.
You did. And with that, y'all, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's growing so fast, but we want to push to get to 1,000 subscribers because that is the goal that we have to hit. Yep, that's our goal. 1,000 subs. And to all the new subscribers in the last few days, thank you so much for jumping in. It's been really cool to see that number going up. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And as always, my name's David Webb. I'm Ariel Edwards. I didn't get this ready before I did that again. I saw that, yeah. Do something nerdy tonight. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.